What is selfishness? Selfishness is based on the fact that you only care about your own positive feelings and or the positive feelings of the people and animals that you like and that you love. Selfishness is based on the fact that you can't provide good feelings for everyone on the planet. But because you are enjoying good feelings, you justify the fact that you can't provide good feelings for everyone. As long as your life is awesome, life itself is awesome. Yeah, go out into the world and do whatever you want. Follow your heart and do whatever pleases you and only you. Become successful, raise a family, buy some property, start your own business, become a CEO, become a leader, go and try to serve as many people as you can. Motivate people, become a rock star. Make sure that people will look up to you. Gain as many followers as possible. Make tons of money. Raise funds for charity purposes. Do whatever you can. Do whatever you can to disprove the fact that you are selfish. Are you really going to spend half of your money to rescue the planet? Or are you more interested in spending it into your personal desires? How many people wouldn't want the latest smartphone, wouldn't want to travel the globe, wouldn't want to invest into real estate, into fancy products, fancy clothes, into private businesses, into the black market, and whatever? When you are a millionaire or a billionaire, you have all the power. You can pretty much do whatever you want. You can just sit back and chillax and pay good money to your staff who will serve all of your wishes. Once you gain such financial power, it's difficult not to abuse that power. So, yeah, most of the richest bastards on this planet are very, very selfish. They are not willing to sit around a table and donate like 30% of their wealth to actually do the best they can to make the world a better place. But of course, even if they do, all that money will be poorly distributed and fall in the hands of corrupt people, because once again, out of selfishness. So we will never be able to help everyone in the world, and that's a sad fact. So yeah, sure, you can make excuses that you can't help the fact that you can't provide good feelings for everybody. But still, you deserve good feelings, right? After all, you have the right to experience good feelings because you are so much more important than everyone else. You absolutely deserve it because you exist. Sure, so does everyone else. It's not because you're saying that all those unlucky beings with a crappy life actually deserve a good life that you can justify your own happiness. They have bad luck and that's unfair. Saying that they deserve good feelings doesn't make you a good person because it doesn't help them a tiny bit. Everybody deserves good feelings. Yeah, everybody has that fucking right. It is my biggest wish that everybody could experience good feelings. From the bottom of my heart, I truly wish that literally everyone could experience true love and happiness. That's how much I care about sentient beings. That's how much I value consciousness. That's how much I value life. But you selfish morons are unable to fathom the magnitude of my empathy. My empathy has taken godlike proportions. I want the greatest good for everyone. That's all I ever want. That's the most beautiful and the most good thing that you could possibly intend to do. But unfortunately, that's irrational because that's not the case. And unfortunately, that will never be the case. And it's really sad to know that my biggest wish will never come true. And that's why true love and happiness is selfish. Because it can never be universal. It can never be imposed on everyone for eternity. How can I allow myself to experience the greatest good of life while knowing that other beings are going through the greatest bad of life. It doesn't make any sense. Selfishness doesn't make sense. It only makes sense when you literally have no knowledge about the misery of other sentient beings. But once you become aware of it, it just doesn't make sense. Yet most people are aware of it, even though they are supposed to be these very knowledgeable, intelligent, and wise people who all went to college and have a PhD and they have all the knowledge about the world. But they are just as fucking selfish as everyone else. The only difference is that with their bigger intelligence and with their bigger income, they become very efficient at being selfish. They still have the pretentious guts to call themselves smart, good, and intelligent while traveling the world, posting selfies, showing how fucking happy and wonderful their lives are, and claiming that they have the right to be happy, that they deserve it all, that God did a great job for them. Even though half of the world is drowning in shit behind the curtains, and they are aware of it. If you are truly intelligent, one of the first life lessons that you should learn is that you are a selfish asshole, which you shouldn't be proud of, and which you shouldn't glorify. You should goddamn know that life is unfair and that it doesn't make sense. It only makes sense when you are literally unaware of it. And that's why anti-natalism is an ideology which only truly intelligent and truly good people can fathom. Because if all of us were never born, we literally would be unaware of it, which is a good thing. Conclusion: life is survival of the selfish fucks who claim that their creator loves them all. Well, guess what? I love you all, and I wish I could undo everyone's pain and suffering. I feel like a God who is failing. And if there is an all-loving God, He's definitely not selfish. He is totally selfless, which means that he sacrificed his own existence for the sake of morality, for the sake of the absolute good. So if you truly want absolute good, you have to sacrifice your existence and be one with God. But since suicide is a rather horrible act, there is only one good alternative: the prevention of coming into existence. And there is also a second alternative which can give you a little taste of the absolute good, and that is through meditation and psychedelics. Everything that can potentially reduce or destroy your selfish ego will bring you closer to the absolute good, where you are totally selfless. So remember, if there is a God, he would totally sacrifice his existence to make sure that he could wipe out all of his selfishness and completely surrender himself as an expression of absolute goodness. And that's why anti-natalism and enlightened masters are way closer to absolute goodness than most of humanity. But of course, they are going to disagree anyway. And unfortunately, they are in the majority. This stinks.